that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck.
But reports coming from the region suggest that the sides accuse each other for violating the ceasefire. So
I think they both violated it.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm not sure they did it intentionally. They couldn't rein people back. I don't like the fact that Israel went out this morning at all, and I'm going to see if I can stop it. So as soon as I get away from you, I'm going to see if I can stop it, okay?
Have you spoken to him this morning? How confident are you that Iran's capabilities have been completely demolished?
I think it's been completely demolished. I think the reason we're here is because those pilots, those B-2 pilots, did an unbelievable job. And you know, the fake news, like CNN in particular, they're trying to say, well, I agree that it was destroyed, but maybe not that destroyed. You know what they're doing? They're really hurting great pilots that put their lives in the line. CNN is scum, and so is MSDNC. They're all, and frankly, the networks aren't much better. It's all fake news, but they should not have done that. Those pilots hit their targets. Those targets were obliterated, and the pilots should be given credit. They're not after the pilots, they're after me. They want to try and demean.
So now we know that Trump is calling out Iran, calling out Israel, like they're not supposed to do a specific thing. It's kind of wild. But then CNN also is like, hey man, you didn't do the right job.
Was produced by the Defense Intelligence Agency, which is the Pentagon's intelligence arm. And it is worth noting that it is a very early assessment. The strikes were only a matter of days ago, and the intelligence community is still gathering intelligence. They are still working to come up with a full, comprehensive picture of what exactly happened here. But based on a battle damage assessment that was carried out by U.S. Central Command, essentially looking at the images and looking at what was actually damaged, the Defense Intelligence Agency has assessed that the core components of Iran's nuclear program are largely intact, and that Iran's nuclear program has essentially only been set back by months. Now, we presented this information to the White House for comment, and White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt, she did acknowledge the existence of this assessment, but she said in a statement that the administration disagrees with it. She said, quote, "This alleged assessment is flat out wrong and was classified as top secret, but was still leaked to CNN by an anonymous low-level loser in the intelligence community. The leaking of this alleged assessment is a clear attempt to demean President Trump and discredit the brave fighter pilots who conducted a perfectly executed mission to obliterate Iran's nuclear program. Everyone knows what happens when you drop 14 30,000-pound bombs perfectly on their targets. Total obliteration."
Can rebuild its nuclear program?
No, Iran will never rebuild its nuclear. From there? Absolutely not. That place is under rock. That place is demolished. The B-2 pilots did their job. They did it better than anybody could even imagine. They hit late in the evening. It was dark with no moon, and they hit that target with every one of those things, and that place is gone. But when I see CNN all night long, they're trying to say, well, maybe it wasn't really as demolished as we thought. It was demolished. You take a look at the pinpricks, and you see that place is gone. And I will say, I think CNN ought to apologize to the pilots of the B-2s. I think that MSDNC ought to apologize. I think these guys really, these networks and these cable networks are real losers.
In all honesty, they did say one nice thing.
Four things that jumped out at me. One, the level of secrecy of this mission. The fact that you had planes that flew from the continental United States. From Missouri and flew for, I think it's 18 hours with multiple refueling in the air. The second thing, what jumped out to me was just the execution of this massive plan involving the U.S. military, seemingly in multiple theaters. You know, this decoy you were talking about went to the Pacific to take away from what was happening the other way. The other thing that jumped out at me was that when the chairman of the Joint Chiefs said no Iranian planes flew and no shots were fired at any of the U.S. military jets, all of that to me is just on from what they're telling us is rather impressive.
Venga, dilo. Remember to subscribe. Because come on, it's amazing. These are amazing pilots. Few went to the other side to confuse people. The other went to the mission, flew, the moon wasn't shining. They did it so well. No missile was shot. That's amazing. No plane was coming. They did their job and they went home. pim pum bash.
You really are. You're real ugly. You're gutless losers. I say that to CNN because I watch it. I have no choice. I got to watch that garbage. It's all garbage. It's all fake news.
Can't live in an echo chamber. I do that too. I need to watch the left to learn about the left, and people still call me, you're in an echo chamber. Like, no, bro. I'm sure you don't watch Fox.
But I think CNN is a gutless group of people, and the people that run it, nobody even knows it's been sold so many times, but the people that run it ought to be ashamed. MSDNC, a guy named Brian Roberts, he heads it. He's a disgrace. He's a weak, pathetic disgrace.
Israel says that Iran violated the peace agreement and the ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed?
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Do you have to respond to Iran on this?
Ladies and gentlemen, a few things stood out for me. The reporters were trying to ask questions and Trump cut them short. When somebody cuts you short, they really have something to say. And the fact that he wanted to say they don't know what the F they're doing, I was actually impressed. I wish everybody knew that, because I think everybody thinks that. They just don't say it because they're politicians. And because he said that, more people are going to relate with him because this is going on for so long. A bunch of ideological people fighting each other, justifying certain things, and then asking for money. Why? It never stops. So why do I need to participate in something there is almost no possibility to stop it if we maintain your strategy? Like, bruh, come on, man. Because if I have a good friend and he does something and I need to defend him, but I'm pissed that he took an action without my knowledge, but he justifies that because I'm protecting him, there comes a point I'm like, I should be able to trust you more than the person that you're fighting. But for some odd reason, the person that you're fighting is more consistent with his words than you.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk. Creo yo golombici jam jam. Durloketa berdetta welcome.